we try to honor one person from each branch of the service, obviously, and every community might not have Space Force or Coast Guard. We've done Merchant Marine. What we do is we allow the community to pick who they're going to honor. We've got two new things that happened this year. One, and again, because Billy in the back, Billy Hallman there, straight back to me, he gave me the idea of, you really need to be honoring people who are deceased as well as people who are alive. And so, I think I said it before, we split it into Warrior 100 for the deceased, and Together, Celebration Heroes for the living. And I always say together because anybody who lives in America right now knows things are not together, and we got to stop that. And I have my own political viewpoint, I'm sure you all do, but we don't need that right now. We need to be together. We need to celebrate these kind of people, these heroes, these people that have held our community together, holding us together, and they're really good examples of where America needs to go back, people. So we just also planted 21 trees in the La Junta Cemetery, and Leon gave me the idea when he showed me the book of past people from this valley, and we are taking 21 names from that book of the first 21, or actually it's the second because Billy and I have done some before. Second, 22, I'm sorry, 22. I always say 21, it was actually 22. So the first 22 out of the cemetery, Leon gave me a wonderful idea. And then the first 100 from this district, we've also chosen, along with 1,300 from the other 13 districts in Colorado. And we're planting all those trees in this valley, right by Rocky Ford, until they mature, and then we're going to move them out to the different districts. Sorry. And I've never picked any honorees, but I'm picking one tonight. I don't normally do it, but I care enough about this community, and I want to show that I care. My father died a few years back, and I decided maybe I need to honor somebody. My dad was in Korea. He was a great father, served honorably there, and died a few years back, and I just decided maybe I should honor somebody. So, I hope you don't mind if I took one on my own, Donald Frank Smith, and it makes me feel good. So, anyways, I think we've got everybody honored for tonight. We've got a 50-50 raffle, obviously a band in a little while, an auction, but I want to call up somebody, Brad.
Before you do that, speak to your father. What branch?
He was in the Navy. He was in the U.S. Navy.
My favorite.
My brother, who also died in the service, he was also in the Navy. And my other brother was in the Navy, and I was the runt when we were in the Army. But and I made it all of a year and a half and fell off a tower. And anybody who knows me knows I could barely walk. But certainly my service, while it was okay, it wasn't anything like my dad was in from 53 to 55. Honorable service. I didn't know a lot about it, but he didn't really want to talk about it that much. But I know he was in the Navy, and I know he was in Korea. And I've seen a lot of pictures with those white hats and those little funky outfits they wore.
They look good, don't they?
And he was saying one day they were, I do know one story. One day they were on the deck, and some horrible accident happened, and he looked over and a shell went right through somebody. And literally just, you can imagine, I mean, that was it for him. And he said that changed his whole life. And that wasn't even in the actual combat. But when you see something like that, like literally a shell, like big kind of shells, literally go through one of your buddies. People, there's a reason why I did a tour 4 years ago before I was doing trees. It was called Reach to 22. And it's about honor. I still own the website, reach222.com. And it's trying to get people, veterans, coming back from service. 22 of them 4 years ago. I think it was 22 a day. Jeremy could probably speak to it. It's probably 25 a day or something. I don't know what the number is.
It's actually going down, but I'll talk
about
good.
It when I come up there. Good. It's a lot.
You can talk about it too.
And you can speak to it here in a minute, because I know that's what you're involved with, what Brad's involved with. and Sergeant Fox, and we're teaming up with them on these gardens we're going to be putting all across the valley that I talked about. We're not just coming and going and planting a few trees and hoping they survive. We're staying. We're putting in gardens so they can work and eat if they want the food from them. Got that idea from Jeremy. And then Billy went out and bought all this equipment for gardening, excuse me. So we do trees, obviously, and we try to get jobs in what I call the Warrior Corps, placing people in much bigger companies with much more trees to plant. And then our own little ranger projects that I'm going to try to put in every district. So get some more people to join the Legion to VFW. Everybody in the room knows we need to do that. And one of the ways is you get some of these younger folks to come in and see, hey, you know, we got some other things going on. Forestry, gardening, even bonsai programs. So no further ado, I think I'll call Brett up and he can speak to what Sergeant Fox is doing in the Valley and what he's involved with and the people at his table are involved with.
Thank you. All right, this can be very short and sweet because this is not my forte. I do not speak in front of large groups of people. This was not my job, JC. So my name is Brad Rowe. I'm a veteran outreach coordinator working under the Staff Sergeant Fox Suicide Prevention Program. Suicide prevention, especially for veterans, it's a huge problem. We go and we see things. Even if we don't fight overseas, we see things that affect us. We see our friends die. We see our friends go through emotional things that we're not built to deal with because we're young men. So my job is to reach the veterans out there that aren't attached to anybody. The guys that have just disassociated themselves from anything the military has anything to do with. Guys that are living on a farm have forgotten about the Army or the Navy or the Marines or the Coast Guard because they've seen something that they don't want to think about anymore. Those are the guys I'm trying to reach. So if you know somebody like that, get them in touch with me. I got cards on my table. I got programs on my table that explain my program a little bit. It's got my phone number on. My phone is always on. You can reach me 24/7. And I will do whatever I can to help any veteran out there. And it doesn't have anything, suicide prevention is the ultimate goal of my program. It's the grant that I work under, but I will help a vet do whatever he needs to do to help whatever he needs help with. So reach out to me and just find me. And I will put him in touch with whoever he needs to help him deal with whatever problem he is dealing with. Thank you very much. Thank the veterans. These guys are heroes in my heart. Fantastic bunch of group of individuals. Absolutely. Thank you for everybody who put this on. Steele, thank you. Billy. Billy's gone now. Angie, thank you.
Called on him too many times.